In this video, I'm going to show you two things that you can apply to your trade business to, first of all, make you look and appear better, and second of all, make you operate more professionally in a competitive marketplace. Stay tuned. G'day guys, it's Matt here from Tradie Web Guys, and today I wanted to talk to you about a really common scenario that we deal with over at Tradie Web Guys in the space of enabling businesses to form foundations which can facilitate growth. And by growth, I don't necessarily mean in like scaling your business to thousands of people, but I'm talking about in growing your business from where it currently stands from the perspective of operations to where it can potentially go if you're wanting to improve the way that you look online, the way that you communicate with your contact list, so on and so forth. So it's a really common conversation for us when we're dealing with trade businesses from all over the world, to be fair, when they're in the mindset of, well, I want to bring in more leads, I want to generate more work. However, when you zoom out a little bit and you look at the business from an asset perspective, most of them have the same problems. And those problems are, first of all, they don't look very professional online. That is normally a direct contradiction in relation to how professional that business is, because we work with so many amazingly skilled and professional companies, but if you were to look at their website, it just wouldn't communicate it. Does having a new website mean that your phone's going to ring off the hook? No, it doesn't. But what you need to consider is the ecosystem in which your contacts and your leads will travel before they reach out to you. And in 99% of those cases, they're going to go and try and consume some sort of content, or they're going to do some sort of research on you before they call you or fill in the web form. And guess what? That means they're going to be going to your website. So you want to make sure that when somebody makes that first impression, like when they land on your website, that it is a true reflection of the caliber of business that you are. Then beyond that, what you want to make sure that you've got established is some sort of lead nurturing system which enables you to manage the contact record from the point where they come into your business right through to the point where they hopefully end up becoming a customer. So you'll notice I didn't call it customer relationship management. I'm not talking about typical CRM here. I'm talking about lead management. Like, you want to make sure that you've got a system in place which can help you take people through your sales cycle and through your sales process wherever they come into your organization, whether it's through a phone call or through a web form or through a Facebook Messenger conversation or whatever else it may well be. So the first thing I'm going to show you here is the before and after of this client's website. Now, this is not actually a live website yet, but it will be going live overnight. So I'm just doing a before and after here to showcase a bit about what that looks like. And you can see here, this is their old website. It's not the worst I've seen. I mean, to be fair, they've got some hosting issues here. You want to make sure that your security certificate is current, which this one isn't, but anyway, it's okay. We'll be taking that over for them as part of our managed care plan very soon. But if you scroll down here, what this is missing is messaging. It's missing, like, this above the fold area on your website is so super important. And that's your opportunity to really tell the visitors that come to your website who you are, what you do, where you do it, why you do it. You want to make sure you're capitalizing on that above the fold area. There's some like call to actions here, which is okay. Truthfully, they could probably be a lot better. And I really encourage you guys, as a good habit to get into, do start split testing and trying different types of call to actions to see what sort of gets more traction and what gets more engagement, because it will vary from business to business, and you may very well be surprised at the outcomes of some of those tests. If we scroll down here, you can see there's a lot of like funny white space going on, and it's not the worst I've seen, but it's certainly not the best. So as part of version 1.0 of this, we wanted to make sure that we could get a new website up and running, which enabled us to do the following things. First and foremost, run marketing campaigns towards. And what do I mean by that? If the customer at some point decides that he would like to build out his local SEO or build out his organic rankings, we want to make sure we've got the ability to build nice web pages with fresh content so that it does stand a chance in showing up in search. So that may come in the form of blogs or web pages or project galleries or whatever it is. But the point is, we want to make it pretty easy for the customer to be able to do that. And so when we rebuild these websites, these are things that we definitely consider. The other thing is we want to make the messaging super clean. We want people to know, as I said before, who we are, what we do, where we're located, why we do it, and all those kind of things, so that when people land on that website, they know for sure whether or not we're the right company for them, so on and so forth. So I'm going to flick across to the new website right now, and you can see here one of the first things we've really dialed in is this above the fold area. We've really got our messaging in, we've got our locations in, and we've got some social proof in there with our Google listings and ratings and all that kind of stuff. Also, you'll notice there's a nice clean click to call phone number on there, which is very important because you want to make sure that people can call you and get in contact with you as easily as they possibly can. And we've cleaned up the navigation up the top here with some nice clean pages, and all these pages have been professionally copywritten with SEO principles in mind, and I'll show you what I mean. This one here is dialed in for smoke alarm installations in the Randwick area, and it's all nicely copywritten, nice images, call to actions, FAQs. Now that's a nice looking website. It's important that when you guys are going through this exercise, you want to make sure that you are ticking those boxes. You want to make sure that you've got an area where you can update content, whatever that might be. So in this instance, the client's currently filling out some nice new project galleries for us that we can put on the website so we can showcase some of his work, which is going to form part of the SEO program, so on and so forth. I'll draw your attention as well to some of the features of a nice modern builder, where you can see here, these nice icons and little things, features that some of these new modern builders actually have on them that the other ones didn't. If I refresh this page, you should hopefully see him slide into screen here, or maybe it'll make me look like a liar. Oh, there he comes. So some of these things are pretty cool, and they're just a testament to advancing technology. And so if you do have an old builder, it's not the end of the world, but it just means that some of these features may not be available to you. And you might think, well, so what? And you know what? For the better part, you may be right, but it's nice to be able to be in a situation where you do have modern features available to you, and you can add things that look cool like these icons relatively easily. Now, the exciting thing that I want to show you guys is what happens in terms of the contact record journey. So yes, the website looks great, sure. But what happens when somebody tries to engage with the website? Let me show you over here into the hub. The reason that I like to show you this is because I want you to put this into a bit of perspective, because typically what happens with most of the businesses that we speak with is a contact record comes into, somebody rings up or they fill in a form or whatever it might be. You pick up the phone, you speak to them, and then you might go and enter them into your job management system or something like that. Typically that's where that conversation ends, in the space of how you educate and nurture that contact record. Now that's all well and fine, that's better than nothing, except what you're missing out on there is a huge opportunity to take that person or that individual or that business or whoever it might be through some sort of lead nurture. And by lead nurture, I mean, how are you going to communicate with that person so that over time they begin to know, like, and trust you more than they currently do? You can see here, this is a sales pipeline. We deploy these for our clients. This is our lead management system called the Hub. It's proprietary. You head across to tradiehub.net if you want to check that out. But you can see here, obviously the website's not live yet, so there's no data in there. But if you head across to contact records, when somebody fills in a web form, this is just some test data in here at the moment. You can see when we click on this, all the contact records, which is basically what a CRM would do. But then you can also have the ability to add people into campaigns and workflows. You can add people in different opportunities. So if it's like a electrical vehicle charge installation, you can put that as an opportunity, put a price tag on it, which will then update the sales pipeline and give you some bearing on what that looks like. And I'll show you what I mean. We can go here, we can go add, we can go Amanda, pipeline, put her into the main pipeline, open, value, $3,000. Oh, select the stage, new inquiry. You can assign it to someone. I won't bother doing that because he doesn't need to see it. Opportunity status or source, let's call it Facebook. There we go, add. And then when I jump back into the opportunities, you're going to see that that's going to be reflected. So I click on this here, and all of a sudden we've got this updated record in here, which is basically a deal or an opportunity. And then when we go back into our dashboards, you'll see that our pipeline value updates. Now that's pretty cool because that gives you a bit of a visual representation of where people are currently living within your pipeline and what that value is. So anyway, these are little things that become useful as you're trying to grow and scale, because it gives you clarity around, what is actually happening within your business from the perspective of sales. There's a million other things I could show you in here, which I'm not going to bother. Things like email marketing, text message marketing, reputation management, like how to get Google My Business reviews at a click of a button, calendar integration, how to take payments, and a million other things. But anyway, we won't get into that today. But what I do want to just cast a bit of vision for you guys is make sure you have these two things dialed in for your trade business. First of all, make sure the website reflects the caliber of business that you are. And second of all, make sure that you've got the ability to capture these details, these contact records, and take them through some sort of management system where you can nurture them from being a contact through to a customer and beyond. They're the two really simple things you can do, which can really make a huge impact. This client here has been through our foundation program, and the foundation program essentially sets all of these assets up for a business, getting them ready to run marketing. So off the back of this campaign, we're going to be running some Facebook ads for this customer, and we're going to be generating leads into this exact format here, right across into these dashboards so he can see them. They can come in, you can have the conversations with him from the one dashboard, and then we can nurture them through pipelines to make sure that he's getting enough leads and enough quality jobs that he's looking for within his area. It's a really, really good system. Head across to tradiewebguys.com.au, fill in the form, let's have a chat. Bye.